we always come back to pop culture in terms of putting things in perspective.
Facts.
Mention all the time that scene in The Fugitive, a remote drop film for me, and I believe all of us.
Yes.
When the one-armed man comes home and he sees the police all over his spot is because Richard Kimball made a phone call and dropped the phone down. Said he just found a big piece, right? Well, a potential big piece to the NFL offseason has arrived. We led this show with Aaron Rodgers telling a group in Texas this week on I guess at a concert with a podcast interview as well that he's not playing for the Saints.
No.
And dropped every hint that he is in fact going to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If that does not happen, for some reason, if Rodgers decides to not play football or the Steelers decide to hedge a bet, there's really only one option remaining. I guess the option is to go into the season with Mason Rudolph and hope for the best. We've had him here. Mason's been here before, and he's been waiting for this opportunity. He'd love to show everybody, I've been the guy all along. Just give me 17 games. Give me 18 weeks. Give me the season. Give me the offseason. Give me the whole thing. I don't think the Steelers are going to plan to do that, and I don't know if any of the fans of the Steelers would like them to do that. If they don't do that, the option would be go get Kirk Cousins from the Atlanta Falcons. Jeremy Fowler said that on SportsCenter this very morning, that they're already kicking the tires on that.
Yeah, that would be Plan B.
Plan B.
If Rodgers doesn't show in Pittsburgh this year.
Mike Del Tufo, I know him. He's looking for the Ken Bone drop from 19 million years ago. The red sweater is Plan B. Ken Bone, everybody. That goes back to the 2016 election.
Tap dancing.
I mean, that is like a 9-year-old drop.
So the red sweater is Plan B.
Found it. Well done, sir. That squirrel just found a nut over there. Well, I guess that makes Kirk Cousins the red sweater in this analogy. Well, I mean, sure, that's an option. It's a potentially pricey one because the Falcons would be like, hey, we got Kirk Cousins backing up Michael Penix. Like, why do we need to bounce him? We've already paid him most of the money of his contract, right? Like, let's just keep him here just in case Penix isn't the guy somehow, or Penix needs some coaching up. Kirk's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good soldier. He'll do the right thing. He's a pro. So, hey, Pittsburgh, you sound pretty desperate having waited for Aaron Rodgers all this time, and now you want him? Well, guess what? We're going to take draft pick, A, or Plan B for them would be, you just got to pay a lot of his salary. And I'm sure the Steelers at that point in time will just say, screw it, doesn't matter. Unless Kirk Cousins makes things uncomfortable for the Falcons. And today, for a non-mandatory, another way of saying voluntary, organized team activity, he wasn't there. He didn't show. He's like, I'm not coming.
Magic Johnson ain't going to be here.
Kirk Cousins not at a practice today. Okay. So there's that. Is that a big piece? Because if he's going to start raising the temperature on his end of things, what happens? I'll tell you what, though. The Steelers are just going to wait on Rodgers. That is it. Because Rodgers just costs money, and maybe not as much as you're seeing other quarterbacks get paid right now.
And no draft picks either.
So there's that. What about Penix? Because that would raise, some of the temperature as well if the kid's not ready. Well, one thing the coach isn't going to do is say, you know what, kid's not ready. We didn't cut the soundbite of Raheem Morris talking about Kirk Cousins because it's as simple as, he's not here. Here's what he had to say about Penix.
I think I just like to watch him, how he's been searching for the knowledge, the system, putting it all together. Being able to go out there and formulate how he's going to run his program, what he needs to do, how he's going to continue to get better. I think him having a thought process of what it's going to look like for him in the next 3 weeks of OTA days, and then the next 5 weeks after that when we take our break, coming back to training camp. I think all doing it for the first time as a starter for him is still a big learning curve, but I definitely like his approach I like his open mindset. I like his ability to go out there and really get the guys going every day. I like his ability to sit back and debrief on those things when you ask him those questions. I like his ability to really figure it out and how he wants to do it better with each individual part of his group, whether it be the team or whether it just be offense. He's a really conscientious young man, and that's just something I see him growing at every single day.
Indeed. What a crazy-ass story the minute they drafted him. It's crazy. Well, here we are. Now here we sit.
It was the right move.
Who's third on the depth chart there? That I don't know off the top of my head.
Stand by.
You know. Who do they got there?
Easton Stick.
Okay. As you know, he was the one backing up Herbert for a while.
Yep. And then, all due respect, somebody named Emory Jones.
So, I mean, will Kirk Cousins be standing there with an earbud and a clipboard the opening day game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of my under-the-radar Week 1 games that people are not going to be talking about? But these are the two teams, as we all know, that battled for the NFC South last year. And that's a big first Week 1 game. Penix at home, Buccaneers on the road. Let's see what happens. And if Cousins isn't standing next to him, where the hell does he go if it's not Pittsburgh? It's got to be somebody else.
Yeah,
that's lost a quarterback,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. It's a TBD, and we're talking about a camp injury, a preseason game,
that's
something
it.
like that. Yeah.
Somebody who gets desperate and gives the Falcons all that they want.
Similar to when Sam Bradford got traded to Minnesota after Teddy Bridgewater went down. Same situation.
And in case anybody's wondering, Rodgers saying, no chance I play for the Saints. And that's what he shut it down. I will not play for the New Orleans Saints. And the reason why the Saints are being mentioned is because it looks like they could really use a veteran bridge quarterback if Tyler Shuck's not ready. Because Spencer Rattler beats out Shuck. Right? And you're wondering if he's going to be the guy moving forward.
Yeah.
I can tell you, however flat no, it sounded like Rodgers. There wasn't even an inch, a millimeter of possible that he left open. It's that much smaller for the Falcons to make a deal with the Saints involving Hell no.
It would have to be particularly cold somewhere.
Very. Very cold in a very warm place that's way deep, like
way deep.
To use
deep.
To use a Dr. Evil phrase, magma. Hot magma. That ain't happening.
It'd be cool.
But Cousins doing the first order of business, which is not showing for something voluntary. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.